Open Education Station for All.
Halo, saya Angga Yunanda, mahasiswa Ilmu Komunikasi Universitas Terbuka. Saya baru saja menyelesaikan studi saya di Ilmu Komunikasi. Terima kasih banyak UT telah memberikan akses edukasi yang sangat menyeluruh kepada pemuda-pemudi Indonesia.
Loh, kok di sini? Katanya mau kuliah.
Lah, ini aku kuliah
Kuliah di mana kok sambil healing?
di Universitas Terbuka.
Hah, Universitas Terbuka? Apa tuh?
Iya, Universitas Terbuka, universitas negeri yang bisa kuliah sambil kerja.
Hah, kampus negeri? Bisa sambil kerja?
Iya, bisa sambil kerja. Selain sambil kerja, aku juga bisa sambil healing.
Open Education Station for All. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat berjumpa kembali dalam program Coffee Break Universitas Terbuka. Senang sekali saya Fatimah Eva kembali menjumpai Anda dalam program ini. Dan seperti biasa, program ini akan disiarkan langsung secara 1 jam dan melalui 3 kanal sekaligus ya, yaitu TV, UT Radio, dan juga live di Instagram kita @radio.ut. Nah, pada kesempatan kali ini dalam program Coffee Break kita sudah kedatangan seorang President of Asian Accounting Education Workgroup yang juga merupakan Profesor of Accounting dari Unikl Business School, yaitu tidak lain dan tidak bukan, mari kita sapa bersama, ada Profesor Dr. Rozainun Haji Abdul Aziz P.M.K. CA. Thank you for coming, Prof. Rozainun, or what should I call you, Prof?
Can call me Prof.
Okay, Prof. Thank you for
short.
coming. It's
Thank you.
our honor to have you here. And today we are going to talk about the accounting, from management accounting to forensic and sustainability. Are we going to use English or Indonesian, Prof?
Can
Or
be
both?
Can be both.
Okay.
Inshallah.
So, before we come to the conversation about accounting talks, ya, Eva kasih waktu Prof untuk say hi, ya, whenever maybe there's a fans, there is a college, there is a student today watching you on this platform. So please, Prof.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Eva. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon to viewers, to students, to everybody who is watching, to listeners also. So to introduce myself, I actually have a long history. I've been with the education industry for a good almost 40 years already, Eva. And I'm involved with the academia most of the time, also with industry and also community service. So my career began back in 80s, and then it was just a lecturer with UITM, then it was ITM, and that was when I got myself involved in a lot of activities and in whatever events that I've been instructed to join, I will join. So over time, I basically network and made friends, internal and external, local and global, and I built my capacity because there were opportunities until who I am today. And as I speak, I would like for those lecturers out there to actually be on the pace where they will develop themselves into talents, expertise with qualifications and skills, and that they grow upwards towards being on the top management, that one day they will be a very successful employer or successful boss, considerate boss, and also to be on the board of directors and even chairman of a firm or an organization. So it's such a pleasure to be here, Eva, and I'm open for further discussions, further sharing from all my years of experience, whatever that I can share. Thank
wow, wow. It's a great honor to have you here, Professor. Well, before we come to the core of the talks, on accounting, may I know if you have any other plans or event while you are here?
I'm here to actually build more networking.
Mm-hmm.
And as the president of Asean Accounting Education Workgroup, I have a lot of catch up to do to meet with the ASEAN accounting ASEAN Accounting Education Workgroup. Sorry, AAEW. I'm so used to AAEW instead of the full words. So there are activities taking place in ASEAN. We do have webinars, so it's more to promote to our members here and also potential members to be part of the program. And we do have one exciting competition to promote sustainability, to promote ESG, and that is environment, social and governance. And it is open to all accounting students, and it is across the ASEAN region. It's a wonderful opportunity for students to showcase their skills, network with peers from different countries, gain valuable international exposure. Basically, it's going to be a training ground for the young participants to be aware and to create awareness, and it's towards SDGs 17 goals, which is it's a known norm and terminology to everyone, and it's going to be part of their routine when they're out at work, and even currently when they are in the universities. So I really warmly encourage all accounting students to take part in the event, because it promises to be both inspiring and enriching, to build basically their confidence, their personality, and also to be part of the workforce and contributor to their country and also economy. And I must say, UT is going to be the host for the finals, bringing champions from the ASEAN countries together to compete at the ASEAN level. And Trisakti University will be the host for the local competition in Indonesia. So this is basically a video competition where students, they innovate the videos to contribute, and also to look at the SDGs, and also to look at the issues and contribute back to meeting the goals of the sustainable development goals just now. So there'll be more outreach that will follow, and I'm sure it'll be out in the social media, inshallah.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
great, Prof. Hope everything goes well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Prof,
Hopefully.
as we know, you are the writer of the accounting books, yeah? So let's start with it, with the motivation. What inspired you to write a book that connects management accounting, forensic practices, and also sustainability?
Thank you, Eva. Management accounting is initially, it was in my diploma in accountancy that I came across management accounting. I grew to like it because it's about internal management, yet there is a tinge and element of accounting put into it, which I find it very interesting and different from financial accounting. And what I noticed is that over the years, there has been a lot of development in the industry, and I find that we need to connect, we need to relate management accounting with those practices. So among others, because of the many cases involving what they say financial scandals, fraud issues, and this is where forensic accounting comes in. And this is to do with internal, and it will also relate to management accounting, and it's also to do with sustainability. And if you want to do business, in accounting, we have this convention of going concern. So this going concern assumes that when you start a business, it is expected to continue forever. Even if, let's say, the owner has passed on, there's the family members to actually continue the business. And therefore, this is where, when it comes to management accounting, which looks at the internal management, but bringing in the accounting element in there, there must be that sense of sustainability, and there must be that sense of wanting to continue. However, we can never avoid issues, problems, malpractices, cheating, money laundering. So this is where the forensic practices come in, and also the risk management would also come in. And when it comes to management accounting, this is where traditionally it was just about establishing how you would manage costs internally, how you would list what are the costs involved when you want to make a product, when you want to make a cake, for example, you have a bakery. So you have the raw materials like flour, then the eggs, and then what else do you have besides eggs? You know, the raw materials. And then you have labor, the chef, and then you have the overheads. So those are basically the concern, and also the managing of the cost involved, and it is under management accounting. But like I've said, over the years, this has grown into a more environmental and also current demands. So these current demands is basically the sustainability, AI, so all this comes in. And because of that, I find that there is that call, terpanggil ya, Eva, untuk menulis buku ini. Jadi buku ini saya ada slide, bisa ditunjukkan slide itu.
Slide-nya bisa dilihat ya.
Ya,
Oke.
bisa.
Ya.
Jadi it's from management accounting to forensic and sustainability. Where are we? So basically, this book it shows the extension of management accounting into other areas. I would call it multidisciplinary because it gives you the perspectives of other areas like forensic and sustainability, and we are now into ESG. So that is basically the environment, social, and governance just now. So this book actually presents a number of articles written by Indonesian lecturers from Equitas. This is also co-edited with Prof. Fani Cahyadinto and Ibu Erlinda Kasim. So we pull together resources, writers from the universities, the expertise, to write on various areas relating to extension, relating to expansion, and further discoveries from management accounting. So we discovered forensic, sustainability, and alike. And this book is highly recommended because we want readers, students, lecturers, researchers to get themselves familiarized with current situation, and also the thought that they need to innovate from their minds to go into other areas. It might not be forensic, might not be sustainability. I'm also thinking of the medical profession, even engineering, because anywhere and everywhere you go, there is that management accounting element in their system, in their organization. So basically the book is to provide additional insights and also enhance better our understanding, and it goes beyond the traditional perspectives. You know, in any organization, people say that it is that accounting is a lifeblood of that organization, because when you want to measure performance, you must know accounting, because they are numbers that would actually depict the performance of the business. Like, for example, profits. How do you know that the business is doing well? One way is to look at the profit element, and how you calculate profit is basically income less cost that will give you profit. So whatever you sell, you get the income, and whatever you sell, surely that would have cost you some money, some resources. So when you compare, that will tell you whether you gain profit or you suffer losses, or even you break even. So this book is available. So I have there the link, and it's published by Penerbit UiTM Press. under University Technology Mara. That's also my alma mater.
Okay. So the book title is From Management Accounting to Forensic and Sustainability. Where are we?
Yeah.
That's the point. Yeah, there is a point in the question, gitu ya.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where
So,
are we?
where are we?
Yeah.
Inside the book, there is a history of management accounting, how this has developed into multidisciplinary in its accounting sense. Yeah. So, which I'm going to ask you later.
Okay.
Okay. But now I'm going to ask you, Prof. Management accounting used to be all about cost control, right? So, how has it changed?
Because initially, being the nature of management accounting to be traditional, and hence the cost control.
Yeah.
So when it's internal and when we want to account for the resources in terms of monetary and also quantities of the resources, basically what we want to do is to control and make sure that it is within our budget. So that's where the cost control comes in. But later on, we find that it should evolve, it should go out from just managing the costs. It's about decision making with impact. It's also about monitoring, and basically it's about ensuring efficiency. And coming from there, it should be an expansion from all those functions. Those were basically the traditional functions, but today it has evolved into a more strategic function. So management accountants, they are not just number crunchers, but they are involved in performance measurement, predictive analytics, and they do data analytics, data science. So they basically support the agile decision making across the organization. So they're not just number crunchers, they have to do more than that, so that it would create the impact of the business to promote the products of the business, products and services of the business, also to contribute to the economy. So they are going out from the company also. So tools like balance scorecard, KPIs, key performance indicators, and then you have the real-time dashboards. All this, and also emerging technology, sustainability, ESG. All these have actually transformed the role of the management accountants from merely record keepers to trusted business partners. So when we talk about trusted business partners, it is also involving external parties. So they now provide forward-looking insights, connect financial data with operational strategy, we call it, and they assist with guiding the organization on a long-term basis to achieve the long-term objectives. So the involvement is not just short-term, it is also to help with planning and to grow the company for better future. So today we incorporate and integrate, like I mentioned before, ESG, sustainability, and it is significantly in our practices. And I'm sure companies today, they are also bringing in, applying, and using ESG and sustainability in their companies. And there is already S1 standards, S1, S2 on sustainability standards that they should be applying.
Okay. Wow, that's great. Well, thank you for your answer, Prof. And we are going to have a break for a moment. So, Anda juga jangan kemana-mana. Please stay tuned di UT Radio Open Education Station for All.
Para mahasiswa baru Universitas Terbuka dimanapun Anda berada, perkenalkan saya Bayu Oktara, alumnus S1 Ilmu Komunikasi UT tahun 2016. Saya dan seluruh sivitas akademika Universitas Terbuka mengucapkan selamat bergabung di Universitas Terbuka. UT adalah perguruan tinggi negeri ke-45 di Indonesia yang selalu mengedepankan inovasi di bidang pendidikan jarak jauh agar selalu sesuai dengan perkembangan teknologi informasi saat ini, sehingga UT sering disebut juga sebagai Cyber University of Indonesia. Sejak tahun 1984, UT telah hadir memberikan layanan pendidikan tinggi dengan sistem terbuka dan jarak jauh. Nah, agar studi Anda di UT dapat berjalan lancar dan bisa lulus tepat waktu, saya akan berbagi pengalaman bagaimana lulus tepat waktu dengan nilai memuaskan. Ayo kita simak bersama-sama. Mahasiswa baru UT peserta OSMB, sebagian dari Anda mungkin sudah bekerja, sebagian lagi mungkin juga belum bekerja dan hanya fokus kuliah. Kata kunci awal untuk sukses menembus studi di UT adalah mandiri dan disiplin dalam mengelola waktu. Teman-teman mahasiswa, bagi Anda yang padat aktivitasnya, UT sudah memberikan kemudahan sejak awal registrasi, yakni dengan melakukan registrasi secara online melalui sia.ut.ac.id. Setelah melakukan registrasi dan resmi menjadi mahasiswa UT, Anda perlu mempersiapkan diri untuk mengikuti perkuliahan di UT. Saya akan contohkan beberapa hal yang saya lakukan ketika saya kuliah di UT. Awalnya saya ragu bisa mengatur waktu antara kuliah dan bekerja karena aktivitas saya di dunia entertainment. Hal pertama yang saya lakukan setelah registrasi adalah membaca dan mempelajari katalog UT. Di dalam katalog ini tersedia semua informasi yang berkaitan dengan proses perkuliahan kita. Kemudian saya memastikan bahan ajar atau buku materi pokok yang saya terima adalah bahan ajar edisi terbaru sesuai kurikulum program studi di katalog. Langkah berikutnya saya juga berselancar di laman UT yaitu www.ut.ac.id. Beragam informasi tersedia juga di sini, termasuk berbagai materi pengayaan perkuliahan, juga bahan ajar digital yang tersedia di ruang baca virtual. Teman-teman mahasiswa baru UT, langkah selanjutnya yang saya lakukan adalah mencermati kalender akademik. Bagi teman-teman yang mengambil sistem paket semester atau SIPAS non-tutorial tatap muka ataupun non-SIPAS, cermati jadwal tutorial online dimulai kapan. Pastikan pada saat registrasi mandiri melalui www.sia.ut.ac.id ataupun melalui sentra layanan UT, Anda telah meregistrasikan mata kuliah untuk mengikuti tutorial online. Selanjutnya, lakukan aktivasi dan mengisi form kesediaan mengikuti tutorial online sebelum batas waktu terakhir di laman elearning.ut.ac.id. Selama 8 minggu pelaksanaan tutorial online, teman-teman akan diberikan materi inisiasi setiap minggu, berdiskusi di forum diskusi, dan diberikan 3 tugas wajib. Bagi teman-teman yang mengikuti tutorial tatap muka ataupun tutorial webinar sebagai pengganti tutorial tatap muka, jangan sungkan bertanya kepada UPBJJ, Pokjar, atau sentra layanan UT tentang jadwal pelaksanaan tutorial tatap muka. Nah, langkah berikutnya, lihat jadwal ujian akhir semester. Dengan demikian, Anda akan dapat memperkirakan berapa lama waktu belajar yang dimiliki hingga pelaksanaan ujian akhir semester. Teman-teman semua, banyak yang bertanya kepada saya, bagaimana cara saya mengatur waktu belajar di tengah padatnya aktivitas? Dan banyak yang mengatakan bahwa kuliah di UT itu sulit untuk memperoleh nilai bagus dan sulit lulus tepat waktu. Saya buktikan hal itu tidak benar. Saya akan berikan rahasianya kepada Anda agar bisa lulus tepat waktu dan mendapat nilai yang bagus di UT. Pertama, saya tanamkan tekad, motivasi, dan sifat disiplin. Saya targetkan harus lulus dalam sekian tahun meskipun di UT tidak ada istilah drop out atau DO. Kedua, merancang strategi belajar yang tepat. Salah satunya dengan mengelola waktu belajar disesuaikan dengan kesibukan aktivitas sehari-hari. Saya membuat target belajar dari hari Senin sampai Sabtu. Setiap hari saya menyisihkan waktu minimal 2 jam untuk membaca buku materi pokok dari salah satu mata kuliah yang saya ambil. Minimal saya tuntaskan membaca 1 modul sembari mengerjakan latihan formatif dari setiap modul. Terkadang hingga 2 modul per hari untuk 1 mata kuliah. Dengan cara ini, saya merasa lebih siap untuk mengikuti ujian akhir semester, baik itu ujian tertulis ataupun mengikuti sistem ujian online atau SUO. Hal tersebut mesti dilaksanakan secara disiplin. Patuhi jadwal yang dibuat, apalagi bagi teman-teman yang mengambil jumlah SKS maksimal, yaitu 24 SKS. Tentunya jadwal setiap orang akan berbeda-beda, menyesuaikan dengan kondisi.
Station for all the listeners, terima kasih Anda masih bersama kami dalam program Coffee Break Universitas Terbuka. Masih juga kita berbincang bersama Profesor Dr. Rozainun Haji Abdul Aziz P.M.K CAM yang merupakan President of Asian Accounting Education Workgroup dan juga merupakan Professor of Accounting di Unikl Business School. Ya, kita tengah berbicara tentang from management accounting to forensic and sustainability. Okay, Prof, I'm going to ask you. To what I aware, there is some kind of transformation in management accounting. So my question is, what has driven it?
Okay, thank you, Eva. My answer would be people.
Okay.
It's because of people, what they do. They are the enablers. They are the disablers, but they're not disabled. They are the ones actually doing the programming. They are the ones setting up the system, and yet we have hackers. And as you know, if we can visualize, those are people involved.
Okay.
So I would tend to say these are the drivers, and because of the financial scandal cases that this have actually caused for the transformation. But there could be other factors like for example the technology innovation, and then there's also the current development, AI, the emerging technologies, those. So you know, we tend to look at other than human factors. We always say it's the device, it's the building, and so on. For example, like earthquake, it's because of too much construction, and you actually spoil the earth, and you shake the earth, and that's why the earthquake can happen. It can also be because of natural disaster. But so we tend to look at other than human factors to be the cause of the transformation, like systems, materials, devices, environment even. So these have contributed to this shift. But I still think it's people, because we are the ones making it or breaking it. But anyway, the rapid pace of technology innovation, we call it, this has actually changed how organizations operate. So when we say how organizations operate, we tend to look at the organization per se. When I would think that it is the people, and therefore the employees, they are now having to chase and keep up with current demands. And if they don't do, then the organization will be as it is. It will not change. So they are the ones creating the need for faster decision, which is data driven. And secondly, it's globalization, they call it, intense competition. So this requires companies to be more agile. But who needs to be more agile? Is it the companies or the people? So again, these people, and therefore the management accountants, they play a critical role in delivering the right information at the right time and the right place.
Okay.
Whether they do that or not. But perhaps now the position of management accountant is called by another contemporary name. It can be accounting analyst, can be accounting AI experts, and alike. And thirdly, what drives transformation could be the stakeholders, and therefore the people. So when I said people just now, that is more general. But now we go into the stakeholders, and therefore if it's stakeholders, we have categories of the stakeholders. And therefore we have the owners, we have the employees, we have the fund providers, we have the financial institutions, the government, and so on. So these stakeholders, they want better transparency, more accountability. So that means our experts here, they must link financial performance with non-financial measures. So for example, sustainability innovation, customer satisfaction. So it's no longer profit as a base to measure performance. It's something else. Do you contribute? Do you donate? How do you innovate? How do you turn from the manual typewriter into computing and having to learn up how to use a computer, how to use even the mouse, for example. I remember when we first learned about computers, one of the participants, she picked up the mouse and she was, using it as a remote. So she was shooting it at the screen of the laptop, and we had a good laugh on that. So that's where we find that things have changed because of the development, current issues, pressures, and because of basically sustainability, the non-financial aspects of the organization, of the environment, of the business scenario today. So all these forces, they have expanded the scope of management accounting from the traditional part of it onto integrated, we call it business analysis and strategic advisory. So it's no longer having to prepare budgets, having to calculate the minimum cost, having to look at reducing the cost, but it's more on the giving advice to the top management for strategic purposes, basically to grow the company.
Okay, so management accounting has transformed because of the people, yes, of course, and then the rapid pace of technology and also globalization and also stakeholders, right? But how does these changes impact the skill that management accountants need today?
The skill sets, like I mentioned just now, the lecturer who was in the same workshop as I was, and using the mouse as her remote control to shoot at the screen in front of her. So that shows from the traditional, from the manual way of doing things, that you now have to blend yourself into what is needed and what is really should be the skills that you need to have. So while technical accounting knowledge, it is important, you must have that knowledge of accounting and management accounting. They now also need these strong analytical capabilities, digital literacy, I should say innovative skills also, ideas that they can come up with based on their understanding, based on the surrounding, based on what they are exposed to, how much they can actually find from the internet, from what is around them, and also from ChatGPT. For that matter, you can just ask anything from ChatGPT, and it will give you all kinds of answers. But it's what word you prompt in the ChatGPT that will give you the answers that you need. So there must be that deep understanding of business strategy also. So all this needs knowledge transfer, knowledge sharing, collecting of the right information, and also reading the right references. That is very important. We have an abundance of knowledge put on paper. It's written by so many authors, so many researchers, and we have to read all of that. And if and when we read, are we interpreting them correctly? So that is also another issue that perhaps you can come together in a group, in a meeting, you discuss, and from there, there'll be that outcome of, they call it juries of expert opinion, where you bring in the right minds, the right people with the right qualifications, also experience to come together, and then make those decisions needed for the business to prosper. So I find that management accountants, they are increasingly required to collaborate across departments. They work with marketing, operations, IT, and they're supposed to provide holistic insights. So in essence, these management accountants are now hybrid professionals because they can go into various other disciplines. They combine the financial expertise and knowledge, skills even that they have with innovation skills, with strategic thinking, and also to achieve that today it's about technology and therefore towards technological proficiency.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Prof. And
you.
let's pivot to forensic accounting. Wow, this is one of your expertise, right? So why is it gaining so much attention lately?
Because of the cases, financial scandals, fraud cases.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, malpractices, wrongdoings.
Okay.
And people get away with murder, people get away with cheating. And it's very sad. I was just with a few lecturers just now, how we at the universities and also at work, we are trained, we are given that experience and knowledge to be ethical, to have this integrity, to prioritize that we need to perform at the best interests of the stakeholders and also the company itself. But all this is being challenged, it's being threatened. So forensic accounting is becoming more and more important. Also interesting, I agree with you, Eva, because of the nature of these scandals, and it is evolving rapidly. We hear of hackers, we hear of scammers, and they are always advanced from us. They know better and they hit before us. So, how can that happen?
Yeah.
So sometimes they say it takes a thief to catch a thief. So probably we need to learn from them. If we can recall, Eva, do you watch movies?
Yes, I love watching movie.
You remember the movie Catch Me If You Can?
Oh, yes, of course.
So he was going from one profession to another profession, and he could actually make it. He could actually cheat.
Yes, of
he
course.
could actually pick the ink from the checkbooks, from the checks, and then put it up to his name, and he did it successfully. But we call it in Malay, sepandai-pandai tupai melompat, akhirnya jatuh juga. Jadi dia ditangkap, and not sure how many times he was caught, and then he escaped, and then came back again, and lastly, I guess he was called in to help with this check forgery and all that. So that's the example of it takes a thief to catch a thief. So very interesting. Anyway, we are now no longer dealing solely with simple embezzlement of money, falsified invoices, falsified asset, falsified statements of the financial reporting. We are faced with these sophisticated schemes, and we don't know.
Yeah.
Not heard of scam when I was a very young girl until later, and all these are basically innovation. So you do something good, you learn, and then you apply wrongly. So I'm still wondering why people do what they do wrongly. And these sophisticated schemes are like cyber fraud, internet. They can hack your phone, your system, anything. There's also the money laundering. Then there's also the greenwashing, even, and large-scale corporate scandals that actually cross borders. My classic case that I will always share with my students would be Enron, a very, very classic case. And forensic accountants, they are basically, to me, financial detectives. They combine investigative techniques, digital forensics, and a solid understanding of the legal framework. And in accounting, even though we have standards, but that is not sufficient to reach out to forensic. So they need this understanding of legal framework to uncover financial misconduct and financial wrongdoing. So they don't just look at numbers, forensic accountants. They analyze patterns, behavior even. They detect anomalies, and they build cases that can stand up in court. And in short, they are detectives, and they are armed with weapons, not guns and shotguns, but that is basically their spreadsheets, algorithms, data models, data analytics. And there is this net worth analysis where you do not have to ask the wrongdoer. What we need to do is to collect all the information on their income and expenditure.
Yeah.
We look at their affordability, and we know that if you are just a clerk, for example, you won't be able to afford, a big expensive car and exclusive entertainment and all that. So that is the net worth analysis method that you can catch the fraudster.
Okay, so Prof, the fraudster, the wrongdoer, the thieves, the scammers, they are dealing with technologies. They make innovation also.
They are smart. They are smarter
they are
than
smart
us.
and smarter. Become smarter, even better. So, how has technology changed the way forensic accountants work?
Yeah, this technology to me is scary. It has a lot of advantages, but it is very scary because there are these wrongdoers lurking around and just waiting for the opportunity to strike. So we have to somehow be more advanced than them, and therefore this technology has actually transformed the field of forensic accounting. So in the past, investigations, they relied heavily on manual audits, paper trails, we call it. But today, the forensic accountants, they do advanced analytics, they do artificial intelligence, blockchain tracking tools. They also have all these emerging technologies that will facilitate investigations and with impact. And they use these tools to trace transactions across various countries, jurisdictions in real time. So we have digital forensics that allow them to recover even deleted files, analyze massive data sets, detect suspicious activity patterns. And these are what we would say quite impossible to actually find manually. But technology has actually enabled this tracking, even monitoring to that extent. But in between, there is this wrongdoer and the hackers.
There's always, no?
Yeah. And it has accelerated investigations, this technological advancement. It also improves accuracy, and it makes forensic accountants indispensable in both prevention and detection of financial crimes. At the end of the day, once we discover fraud, it's a bit too late. So, there must be the damage control, there must be the savior, at which point where we can still bring up and still do business, which is not easy. But hopefully, risk management discipline would be able to do the prevention and detection of those financial crimes. But as opposed to all this, we get cheated. Our system gets hacked, like what I mentioned before.
Again.
And we do have these irresponsible enablers. So these enablers, they are not devices, but they are people, and they use those devices to enable all those cheating, fraud, malpractices within the organization. And we do have external parties, the scammers penetrating our system too. So we just have to outsmart them. But looks like they are already outperforming us, and they get there first. Like I mentioned earlier on, they are more advanced than us. We must get to them and learn from them. Like catch me if you can. But it's not that easy.
Ya, kalau dilihat ada pattern, some kind of pattern. Kita bikin apa, lalu the fraudster bikin hal lain lagi yang lebih mengagetkan kita belajar dari mereka, kita mencoba untuk more advanced than them, and then there's always like that, the pattern is still.
Mereka lagi pandai. Mereka lagi ada ilmu, mereka ada lagi experience, pengalaman, di mana mereka boleh dapatkan idea untuk jadi lebih baik untuk kebaikan mereka, which is actually
Bad for us.
Bad for us, and itu adalah satu keburukan. Tapi itulah di manakah religion, di manakah self, belief, integrity, ethics. We learn that, we know, we are aware, but we are always challenged to live up to that level of ethics and integrity.
It's all back to the value that we have, ya.
Yeah.
Oke, terima kasih jawabannya, Prof. Kita akan rehat dulu sejenak. We are going to have a break.
Okay.
So, jangan kemana-mana, stay tune terus di UT Radio, Pen Education Station for All.
Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Untuk menghadapi era revolusi industri generasi keempat, UT terus berinovasi demi memantapkan jati dirinya sebagai cyber university. Berbagai upaya terus dilakukan dengan memanfaatkan kemajuan teknologi komunikasi dan informasi atau TIK dalam menghadapi era disrupsi. Era disrupsi telah menginisiasi lahirnya cara-cara yang lebih inovatif dan disruptif di dunia pendidikan. Hal ini akan mendorong terjadinya digitalisasi sistem pendidikan. Menyikapi hal tersebut, UT telah melakukan berbagai perubahan yang bersifat inovatif, mulai dari kegiatan registrasi, pengembangan bahan ajar, pelaksanaan tutorial, hingga ujian akhir semester yang dilaksanakan secara online. Dalam sistem registrasi, UT telah mengembangkan sistem registrasi online atau SRO, melalui beragam devices seperti komputer ataupun smartphone. Dalam pengembangan bahan ajar, UT telah mengembangkan bahan ajar digital berbentuk PDF dan EPUB yang dapat diakses melalui Digital Library UT. Sedangkan dalam tutorial, UT sudah lama mengembangkan tutorial online atau tuton yang dirancang dalam Learning Management System atau LMS secara asinkronus. Seiring dengan perkembangan teknologi web, UT mengembangkan tutorial online synchronous dengan mengintegrasikan aktivitas tuet, e-lecturing, dan video conference atau VCon pada aktivitas tutorial online. Untuk pelaksanaan ujian akhir semester, sudah lama UT menyelenggarakan sistem ujian online. Pelaksanaan ujian online sampai dengan tahun 2017 hanya diselenggarakan di kantor UPBJJ UT dengan memanfaatkan jaringan internet dan komputer yang terstandar. Namun, pada tahun 2018, UT sudah mengembangkan dan menguji cobakan ujian online yang dilengkapi dengan fasilitas online proctoring. Sistem baru ini memungkinkan mahasiswa dapat mengikuti ujian secara online dimanapun mahasiswa berada tanpa perlu kehadiran seorang pengawas. Selain itu, UT juga menyediakan sumber belajar terbuka atau lebih dikenal dengan istilah Open Educational Resources atau OER. Oleh UT, istilah OER tersebut diberi nama Suaka UT yang merupakan singkatan dari Sumber Pembelajaran Terbuka Universitas Terbuka. Suaka UT ini dapat diakses bukan hanya untuk mahasiswa, tapi juga masyarakat umum secara gratis. Cakupan materi yang ada dalam Suaka UT antara lain UT TV yang berbasis YouTube, UT Radio yang ditransmisikan melalui internet, materi pengayaan berbasis online atau MPBO, perpustakaan digital, Guru Pintar Online atau GPO, yakni merupakan portal untuk para guru di seluruh pelosok Indonesia agar mereka dapat mengakses sumber belajar dengan cepat, mudah, dan relatif murah. UT juga menyediakan konten dalam Suaka UT yang dapat dimanfaatkan oleh masyarakat tanpa dipungut biaya, yaitu Massive Open Online Courses atau MOOCs. UT juga telah membangun layanan bantuan belajar yang dapat dimanfaatkan oleh mahasiswa, yaitu berupa Dry Lab dan e-seminar. Dry Lab merupakan layanan bagi mahasiswa untuk melakukan kegiatan praktik atau praktikum yang dilakukan secara virtual dengan simulasi melalui komputer. Sedangkan e-seminar merupakan layanan yang diperuntukkan bagi mahasiswa saat mahasiswa tersebut mengikuti mata kuliah yang mewajibkan mahasiswa mempresentasikan hasil penelitiannya. Dalam mendukung layanan kepada mahasiswa atau calon mahasiswa, UT telah menyediakan beberapa fasilitas, yaitu pertama, Halo UT atau Online Customer Center, yaitu layanan pendukung untuk membantu mahasiswa memperoleh informasi tentang UT yang dapat dihubungi melalui
Education station for all the listener. You are still watching and listening to the Cabe Break program on accounting talks from management accounting to forensic and sustainability with Professor Dr. Rozainun Haji Abdul Aziz P.M.K, CM, the President of Asian Accounting Education Workgroup, and also the Professor of Accounting from Unikl Business School. Prof, we continue to talk, on the heavy conversation on accounting. So we've seen that what happens in many accounting-related cases, there are many fraudsters lurking around, and they have other strategies also, even with today's technology, we are always trying to defeat them. So what I'm going to ask you is, what kind of skill are essential for a successful career in forensic accounting today?
What comes to my mind is quick fix.
Okay.
How can you fix it quick, so that it will not go into further problems.
Okay, quicker than the fraudster.
Quicker, And we need high innovative ideas, implementable with impact, the right skills, cepat bertindak, mahu contribute kepada penyelesaian masalah wrongdoing ini, carikan latihan, attend training. I don't know, maybe we should make friends with them. Sometimes when they call us, we just layan, get to know them, but we should not be tricked by their words that we get influenced by them. So there must be a way that we can get to them so that we can learn from them as well. But of course, it is risky because they can always turn around and influence you, and then next thing you know, you just transferred so much money to their account. So we have to be careful with that, because otherwise, how do we know how they actually act?
Yeah.
And jadi carikan latihan, hadir training untuk kita lebih pandai dalam menangani isu fraud dan juga kecurangan ini. This is the term they use here, kecurangan. Jadi di Malaysia, kalau kecurangan itu selingkuh. So it's a different term.
Okay. Kalau di sini selingkuh tuh berarti punya idaman lain.
Faham. So anyway, the demand today, it has changed significantly with the emergence. Again, we are talking about technologies. We are talking about dynamics of the environment and also the business scenario. I have also seen some of my former students. They have been released from the companies because they already have the systems and they don't need the manual, they don't need the human resources because systems have actually replaced them. So this is basically the business scenario today, that we have to prepare ourselves to have those niche and the better skills, not just better qualifications, because you will be observed in the organization. If you are useful and meaningful to the organization, how do you contribute? So this you will not get from just merely a qualification. It is over time, and once you display your skills, with the outcome, and it has contributed to the company. That would be the essentials to me when it comes to having or reaching out to that successful career, and more so with forensic accounting. So the adventure, the advance of human intervention, and the hackers who are smarter than the so-called qualified, who are in fact among those qualified people anyway, that we just have to be aware. And being aware is not enough. We have to do something about it. So beyond the strong foundation in accounting principles, the forensic accountants, I think we mentioned this before, they are to be analytical, investigative, and having that additional, I would say, legal knowledge that you can bring in to apply and to relate to the commercial crime cases that you need forensic accounting to prove with the evidence required in the court. So they must understand how to gather and preserve evidence in ways that would meet those legal standards. So it should be over time and training that they be able to achieve this level of skills, I would say. It's not just about, collecting information and then you keep it in your laptop and it's part of your record. It's basically what you do with it and how you analyze and what output would you be able to create that impact that would give better evidence in court, that would actually bring down the fraudsters and the wrongdoers. So cybersecurity awareness is also critical. So you must know about cyber. Okay. You must also know about technology and what wonders technology can actually assist or not assist us. So these are also critical, and because of the digital fraud, anybody can just come in, and if you do your banking transactions on the internet, they say it's very risky. So far for me, so good. So hopefully that would be maintained. But I've heard friends, who have actually suffered from this hacking. Okay. And equally important would be communication, storytelling skills, the convincing skills that you need so that you're able to present complex findings, and it should be clearly communicated to lawyers, judges, and we know how they are, because you need evidence to convince them, and also to the corporate boards of directors as well. So a successful forensic accountant is part analyst, part investigator, part communicator. So it's like a bit of everything. Even though a bit of everything, they must know very well each area, and that they are able to bring gaps between numbers and also narratives. Because sometimes you see, that is the amount of profit, 10,000 or 10 million in IDR, but what does it mean? So you have to narrate, you have to describe, so that it is also meaningful to the non-accounting people. So those qualities, skills are basically nice to have, or must have, or should have in every forensic accountant. But how much do we live up to it? Because we do multitasking, and sometimes it's just touch and go. But I hope the forensic accountants and also those looking into possibly being a forensic accountant, that you can live up to it, find ways and means to ensure ethics, integrity, and to also develop those skills.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
interesting, Prof. But ini nggak berasa ya, saking menariknya. We've been talking for 1 hour.
Is it already 1 hour?
It's already 1 hour. So Maybe one last question. If there is a piece of advice that you want to give to every accounting listening to us today to remember, what is it?
I have your financial integrity. And it's not just about producing accurate reports. It's about ensuring, it's back again to people and your personal qualities and whether you're able to actually perform duties up to and at the best interest of the stakeholders. So in whatever you do, you have to do it good.
Okay.
Just like, for example, a singer. If I can mention a few names, I like BCL and how she throws her voice, how she sings, and also Siti Nurhaliza, how much she actually practices, and her voice is good. And when she performs, it's like, you know, it sounds so perfect. Both Siti Nurhaliza and BCL, and that is also to me an analogy, and also an example of what any professional, when they perform their work, their job, it should be with all their hearts, and it is for the objectives of the organization. So we should not forget that, because if we are an employee, we are paid to do our job, to do our duty, and to make sure that we contribute significantly to the organization, to the company. So it's all with honesty, and when there's element of money, it has to be dealt with all honesty, with ethics, integrity, so that, you know, it's perfect in terms of performance. And we must remember it's fulfilling when you have achieved that.
Wow.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Prof. That's a lot. Well, thank you, Prof. I'm going to play BCL song after this as a bonus. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. Hope we see you again and have a good conversation later. Yeah, in other times. Once again, thank you, Prof. Eva juga ucapkan terima kasih kepada Anda yang sudah hadir, menyimak, dan juga menyaksikan. Mohon maaf apabila ada hal-hal yang kurang berkenan. Saya Fatimah Eva, pamit undur diri. Sampai jumpa kembali dalam program-program UT Radio berikutnya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.